Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Revision Hub with Jazzy Jane. I'll be continuing to look at beliefs in society and AQA sociology topic. So, if you guys are ready to go on this journey with me to continue with beliefs in society, then press the thumbs up icon, and please do not forget to subscribe to my channel. So let's look at last video. So do you guys remember what we looked at in my last video? So, last video we looked at the different types of religious movements, including Martin Luther King and Rosa Parks, as well as we looked at criticisms, as well as we looked at the neo-Marxist perspective on religion. So, as I keep on going on, before we continue, paper flashcards, jot down what you remember from my last video. You will only know this if you revised, rested, tested, and repeated yourself. Remember, this is the key formula to success. And for you guys who were wondering how to get a star within sociology, how to get a good grade, how to get the top marks, then don't worry. I have a video on this, and if you click on my channel and my playlist, you'll be able to find a video that will navigate to you on how to get an A star within sociology. It was possible for me, so I believe it is possible for all of you guys watching. So let's begin with the topic of millennium. Who knows what a millennium is? Okay, so millennium is simply a life free of sin. So this is the belief that good will be rewarded, evil will be punished. God has decided this. Okay, and all these individuals who believe in the millennium, they believe in a term known as immediate gratification. This term we looked at in sociology, education, where we looked at Barry Sugarman, who had this belief about immediate gratification as well. So this is simply that we are not judged as individuals, but rather we are judged as groups, since we believe in this term immediate gratification. So I'll give you an example. The Kyrgyzstats. Have you guys heard of this? Okay, so Kyrgyzstats was this group who used religion in order to make sure that they got their land, their resources back from those colonizers who took away those resources during the time of colonialism. So this was a long time back, but this is a good example to use when you're discussing about this key word, millennium. Okay, so that should be clear now, and now we'll be continuing to look at a term known as hegemony, and it's pronounced various different ways. So sorry if I'm pronouncing it particularly wrong. So let's begin. So hegemony. So the ruling class have their own type of hegemony. In other words, the ruling class have their own set of beliefs which they use in order to control, in order to rule, as we can see in the name ruling class, to rule. So they use their own types of beliefs in order to rule and in order to reinforce to the working class that they are the ruling class who owns means of production, whilst the working class have their own type of hegemony. So both have different types of hegemony and both have different set of beliefs, and they are not always guaranteed that the working class will follow the ruling class's hegemony, whilst the ruling class follows the working class hegemony. Okay, so hegemony can be seen. We have sociologist Gramsci as well as Billington. Both of them work together and form this definition of hegemony, where they looked at the ruling class as well as the working class and the different types of hegemonic beliefs that they have. So, we look at textile workers as well as coal miners. We need to know that this is a type of hegemony which shows that religion has a dual nature. Please highlight this keyword, dual nature, where religion is different, and you can link this to neo-Marxism. As I mentioned, we'll be looking at this, so here it is. So, textile workers and the coal miners were treated very differently in different churches. For example, textile workers did not have a sense of leadership, whilst coal miners had a sense of leadership. Textile workers, on one hand, they did not attend union meetings, whilst coal miners did. Textile workers were hated by the church because they did not attend these meetings. They were not great at doing this, whilst the coal miners did, and they were included within every preaching, every sermon. So we can clearly see how religion has a dual nature, as religion treated both textile workers as well as coal miners extremely very different to each other. And then again, you can link this to Gramsci and Billington's theory, as I mentioned. Okay, so link all of these together, and this is the theory of Gramsci and Billington. So write that down too. Let's look at secularisation in the UK. So, Wilson argues that less than 4% of people attend church regularly in the UK. There's something known as bogus baptism, which is very common, where individuals get baptized just so that they can actually go to faith-based religious schools. But in reality, they don't want to really get baptized, but just get baptized just so they can enter those faith schools. Their parents want this, and the parents choose this. So today, bogus baptism is very, very common. But the church today seems to say that, okay, we're secular and we don't really have much of a say today. But in reality, they do have a say because there are higher authorities that make laws. I think in the House of Lords, if I'm not wrong, correct me if I'm wrong there. So it's one of theirs where they make these sort of laws. So the church does have a particularly high involvement. So we can criticize this, arguing that it's not fully secular. So, next we're going to look at Weber's rationalization theory. Weber argues that people before believed in the enchanted garden. So, this process today is simply not existing anymore. So the enchanted garden is where they believed in spells, prayers, and charms. And you could see this if you studied history in, I think, the Black Plague, where they really believed in using spells, prayers, and charms in order to cure. So people used to go through the process of the enchanted garden where they believed in all of these things. But as time has gone by, the process of disenchantment has taken place. This is where individuals no longer believe in spells, prayers, and lucky charms. This is simply because we have moved into a postmodern society where religion does no longer have that much involvement or interest in. And today, religion has been taken over by scientific development. So, as a result, individuals have moved from being religious to much scientific. And Bruce argues this is because of something known as technological worldwide. So, note that keyword down. An example of this could be seen, for example, in like time before, in the probably 1800s, people believed that, oh, if it was a plane crash, they would say, okay, it is God's plan. It was God's plan. He wanted to get us dead, and this was it, rather than causing of science. But today, if there was a plane crash, then people would say, okay, it is not God, but rather it's something scientific that went wrong because it's such on a large scale. So you can use this example in order to show that you're actually understanding Weber's and you're linking it to everyday examples. So hopefully you've actually got hold on this. Please keep revising this so you can get it in your brain. So what we've learned so far, we've learned quite a few topics, for example, Weber's rationalization, secularization, hegemonic beliefs. So next video, we're looking at Parson, Bruce, and Berger's view on religion. They're very key concepts, so I've tried to break them down. So don't forget to my next video, revise, rest, test, and repeat yourself. The content in this video and all other videos, because I've made quite a few videos on education, family, research methods, all videos are done. And this is another video that I'm continuing to make and being very constant. And do not forget to follow Jazzy J Revision Hub on Instagram. Please scan the name tag and do not forget to follow. And do not forget to love Canva, like, subscribe, comment, and please press the bell icon to never miss an update. Please press subscribe. There'll be a smiley somewhere on the screen. Just press it and just subscribe. Take a few seconds to do that right now. Okay, hope you've subscribed to my channel. Any comments, please comment them. And thank you so much for watching Revision Hub with Jazzy J.